Hello, everybody. It's me again. It's been a little bit, not too long, actually. Um, I figured it's a good time to update everybody on the goings on of the creativity day thing situation, just to keep the record going. Okay, and I have some thoughts. I think so. We'll just dive right in. Yeah, we'll just dive right in. Um, So the first major point is I've been sick for the past 2 weeks, which was a major blow. Like I was at like a very very bad place. Especially 2 weeks ago, the first like the whole week basically, I was non-functional, like really. So I was not doing creative things. I was like I could not think. Like I couldn't. Like I tried and I couldn't. By the end of the week, I was starting to be able to watch content that let me think again. So rather than watching like brain dead gameplay videos, I was like listening to podcasts. Like that's the progression I was able to do in that time period because of how freaking dead I was. I've had a sore throat all this time. It makes writing music and singing music difficult, and I haven't really been doing that aspect of it. Talking this much also is a situation, but we're moving forward anyways. Oh, I don't think I've. Do I want to announce this here? I mean, I've announced it everywhere else. Everyone who watches this already knows this. I'm planning to release an album at the end of the year now. Um, And I've explored a lot of different reasons for why that would be. I talked about that with Ben in the podcast. You should check that out. I guess I'll link it. I don't know. Anyone watching this already listens to that too, probably. So I don't know, whatever. Um, but I came to a couple of conclusions on why I would choose to do this because, as Ben pointed out to me, it's very out of character. Like, it's not, it doesn't make sense that I would choose to do this because I've expressed so many times that I don't do music as a means of like releasing to public, not the same way I do like videos. So, um, yeah, so like why would I choose to do this? There's a couple of things. And there's a good and a bad side. The good side is over the past couple of years as I've collabed with Ben a lot on music stuff, as I've written more songs, as I've collabed with Nikki on a song, as I've jammed out with Nikki on a bunch of stuff, as I've shared my music with people that are close to me, I've come to recognize more of a value in doing that, in working with other people. Um, and so I'm like, I kind of just want to throw something at the wall here. You know, I want to throw the spaghetti at the wall. I want to see if this sticks. I want to just see what happens. If anyone cares, if nobody cares. I just want to put it out there so it's not in my hands to give it to other people, but rather it's in their hands if they care enough to listen. Um, so yeah, that's the first reason. And the second reason ties into that, and it's not a bad thing. I phrased it as a bad thing, but I don't think it's bad. It's just it's be, there's a desire for validation. I think everyone feels that, and I say that to hedge myself to make myself feel better about the idea that I'm seeking validation because I've never wanted that as part of any art I make, right? I want it to be because I want to make it. I want it to be because it's fun. I want it to be, you know, whatever, as a form of emotional support, as whatever it is, right? I don't want the reason to be I want other people to like it or I want people to tell me that it's good. But like it feels good when people tell me the things I make are good, you know? And so it's this I have this like inner battle with this concept because I really do I recognize that I do want the validation, but I don't want it to be the main reason I'm doing this. I think it can be a reason, and I think it's okay that it's a reason, but I don't want it to be the main reason. I want the main reason to be, like I said, just tossing spaghetti at the wall, creating and experiencing something new in that creation. That's what I really want it to be. And hopefully that's the major reason I'm doing it. I'm really trying to examine myself as I prepare for this because I want it to be released for the right reasons. And honestly, there's a possibility that at the end of the year, if I um, realize that I'm not doing it for the right reason, I may not release it. So, anyways, I have one other thought, and it goes along with me being sick. Um, and I've had this idea for like a video for a long time is to talk about um, different songs that have meant a lot to me and why they mean a lot to me. Um, and today I'm going to just talk about two. Um, the first is Running by NF. It's from NF's Hope album, which came out like a year ago, I think. And the reason this song means so much to me, and the reason I'm talking about it now, is this song is him talking to the parts of himself he does not like, the parts of himself, his anger, his fear, mostly his fear. And, you know, I'm tired of holding on to you. It's time to let my pride go and learn to love myself again. I don't want to wait another day. I've waited long enough. I'm ready. I can see the sun. It's coming up. There's happiness on the horizon. I'm hopeful I can see the light. I've hesitated all my life, but I'm all done. I'm done running from you. Spent my whole life in your shadow, scared of who I'd be if I said goodbye and I didn't have you here. And obviously, there's like the mental health side of that matters a lot to me. Um, but it applies in a lot of other ways too. And I think there's as much as, okay, let's talk about this validation idea, right? Of seeking validation by releasing art. If I'm doing, if I'm releasing art to seek validation, then I'm feeding into that same insecurity. I'm circling back on that same cycle that he kind of expresses here. The idea of like wanting to let go of that side of you, tired of running away from it. And that's kind of what I feel, right? I feel this exhaustion from running away from that. And so I want to face it. And so it's difficult because the way to face it, I think is by doing this, is by releasing the album. But if I release the album for the reason of seeking the validation rather than facing the problem, then I will feed into the same issues. So I'm not sure exactly how to approach that. I'm still trying to figure it out. Um, but I want to do it all for the right reason. And that kind of leads me to the second song, which actually came out last week. It's by 21 Pilots. It's called Oldies Station on their Clancy album. And I don't think a lot of other people are going to like super love this song. Maybe not. I don't know. But as I've listened to it more and more this week, it's just become more and more impactful the more I've thought about it. So he starts with only consistency in your periphery is fear and the bridge of your nose. So the only consistency in your life and the things that are just on the edge of your vision is the things you're afraid of and like literally the thing on front of your face. Great start to this. And as you move about, you learn to tune them out, but they say they continue to grow. Fear of the past and relative pain. Future's coming fast. You've got nothing in the tank. In a season of purging things you used to love, everything must go. And then the chorus, make an oath, then make mistakes. Start a streak you're bound to break. When darkness rolls on you, push on through. And that's it right there. Make an oath, then make mistakes. Start a streak you're bound to break. That's what this whole year has been so far. The idea that I'm making this promise, this goal to myself, and I'm almost certain to fail. And I have. And so I have a choice in that. And like the darkness can roll on me. It can take me. But I can push on through. And I can keep trying despite that. Right? I can release this album and end up doing it for the wrong reasons and have this huge potential meltdown of like seeking validation from others and not getting the validation that I wanted and feeling ashamed of that. And that can be part of this cycle of pain, but I can push through it and it'll be okay. Hopefully. I think that's all I had to say today. Um, I'll keep the updates rolling along, I guess. But um, I'll see you guys another time, I guess. Bye bye.